Good morning, Bob.
Hello, Mr. Ahmed. All the attendees are also joining the webinar with us. Glad to have you.
Hello, I'm fine.
Sir, we'll be going live in a minute.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hello, welcome all the attendees. We will begin the event shortly. Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. I, Meenakshi, welcome you all on behalf of Solar Quarter and First View Group to our today's webinar on how the latest technology can boost solar development in the MENA region. Thank you all the attendees for joining us today. I hope all the attendees had a great time networking. We have a networking session after the panel discussion as well. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Trina Solar, for extending their immense support to organize this event. Now, we will be playing a short sponsor video.
We are Trina Solar, a global solar energy industry leader. Our mission is a simple one, to benefit mankind with solar energy. Driven by innovation, we have set the industry standards in the research and development, manufacture, and sales of PV cells and modules. Leading contractors and developers from around the world choose Trina Solar because we offer the most advanced and reliable technology in our products. Trina Solar, the world's leading PV and smart energy total solution provider. Power beyond solar.
Thank you for the presentation. Thank you for the video. Now let's begin our presentation on Rooftop Solar by Mr. Mehdi Alami. He's from Trina Solar. I welcome you on screen, Mr. Mehdi.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Mehdi Alami. I'm the Sales and Business Development Manager of Trina Solar for all French-speaking countries in North and West Africa. So I'm happy to be here with you, and thank you, Solar Quarter, for the organization. And thank you, MENA. So I start the presentation now?
Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
Okay. So welcome again for this webinar, and thank you for joining us today to see with us our latest technology, but also to celebrate with us a very important milestone that we achieved. It's our 25 years anniversary. So in our industry, 25 years represent a lot. So it's a sign, it's proof of our reliability. It's proof also that we will stay here. We are here and we will stay here to continue to help the solar industry. So today I will try to share with you some milestones that we already achieved, and I hope that this presentation will be very interesting for you. So as I said before, so we are the PV supplier of the longest history. There is a study that was made by McKinsey in 2019 that revealed that the average lifespan of companies listed in the S&P 500 was less than 18 years old. That means that Trina Solar, we already outlived the average company lifespan, and also that means that Trina Solar is the only PV manufacturer that already outlives their product warranty claims. So now let's take a look on some important milestone that Trina Solar already achieved. So we have to know that Trina Solar is the first, it's the oldest company in solar that still existing. So Trina Solar was founded in 1997. In 2006, we was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. And the most important milestone in my eyes, it starts in 2014. We become the world's largest PV manufacturer supplier. Then in 2020, we launched the first 600 watt plus ultra high power models. So we was the first company that launched a model that exceeds 600 watt with our series 20 and 21. And in 2022, we exceed 100 gigawatts of shipments. So let's quickly talk about what does it 1 gigawatt, more than 1 gigawatt shipment of models in 25 years. That means that since the foundation of Trina Solar, we generate around 35 billion kilowatt hour of clean energy per year. And with that, we are reducing the emission of CO2 of 135 million tons. That means that we reduce the consumption of coal by 54 million tons. It is the equivalent of 700.25 billion trees. So we are here to build really a good future for next generation. And this is what gives us the energy to go ahead and to develop our industry and to develop solar. So Trina Solar, it exists in all countries in the world. Talking about our region, we depend on the Dubai office. So we have more than 150 customers all over the world. And all over the world, we have more than 20,000 employees. And about factories, so we have 5 factories in China and 2 other factories outside China, 1 in Vietnam and 1 in Thailand. And with these 7 factories, we have an annual capacity of 25 gigawatts of models and 50 gigawatts of cells. And we are also the most bankable and durable brand according to experts. So for bankability, we are ranked AAA by Bloomberg, and this is the highest rate of Bloomberg. And for reliability, we are one of the PV supplier who can say that we are top performer by PVL tests for 8 successive years. So this is the longest duration that a PV manufacturer was top performer with PVL tests. So since 1997, that means a quarter of century, we have made history because we are leading the industry for technological innovation and for product quality. Let's have a look on technologies that we are offering for the Vertex, for our model Vertex. So first of all is the 210 woofer. So the 210 woofer is the largest woofer that exists in the market. And this woofer gives a flexibility to design models and to design solar farms to developers and EPCs. And also we are offering half cut to have less power losses and to have high efficiency. We are also offering third cut design, and we can offer that half cut and third cut design with a very good mechanical performance because we are the only manufacturer who is using new cutting technologies in the NDC. It's non-destructive cutting. So with the non-destructive cutting, we are reducing the risk of micro cracks and losses. And so we improve mechanical strength of models. And we see that all our models have the same mechanical performance that the old full cells models. And also we are offering high density encapsulation. That means that we reduce the space between cells to improve efficiency. And finally, we are offering the multi-bus bar, who is a key direction because the size of woofer are most bigger. So the multi-bus bar become a key direction to have more efficiency. So now we speak about the past. Let's speak now about future and about the new chapter that we are reading now, writing now. So the future for us is the 210R. It's a new series of our Vertex products. So R is for rectangular cell, and this is a revolution in our industry. So the G12R or the 210R, it's a mix between G12 and the 182M cells. So, that means the M10 cells. It's a rectangular cell. That means that we can offer more power using less number of cells and having low risk of hotspots. And also we have exactly the same weight of the 182 mm models. I will not speak about the Vertex 210R, the biggest one is models after that. For the Vertex S, so we have the same, at almost the same size, we are offering 20 watt more than models based on the 182 models, using less number of cells and having low risk of hotspots. So let's talk in detail about these products. So in the Vertex S, we are offering 400 up to 435 watts with a maximum efficiency of 21.8%. So we see here that we are offering an efficiency that is really near to the N-type. So we are offering almost the same efficiency than the N-type with a P-type technology. That is really interesting. And the aim and the design of this product was due to have the best compatibility with inverters and to be used really for rooftop and even for solar pumping. So we are offering some interesting electrical parameters. So the open circuit voltage is 25.4 volts, and the short circuit current is 10 amp.27. So we see that with these electrical parameters, the product is suitable for solar pumping, but also it's suitable for rooftop. And there is also another parameter that is interesting, especially for rooftops, is the weight. And we are offering a weight of 21.8 kilograms. So let's take an example of a typical rooftop size. So here we are using the same number of models. We are using 22 pieces. Okay, so what we see is that we are offering more power. We are offering 0.46 kilowatts, and in a life cycle of 25 years, we will generate more electricity. So we will have a better LCOE. And also because it's rooftop, we designed this product to be strong. And we are offering the best mechanical performance in the market. We are offering minus 4,000 Pascal and plus 6,000 Pascal. So our model is 50% stronger than any other model. And also for carbon footprint, so we designed this product to have a low carbon footprint and to have a lowest cost of transportation. So we can offer 80 kilowatts more in each containers. That means that we will use less container for transportation. And that means also that we have a lower cost and a lower carbon footprint. And because this product is done for rooftop, so aesthetics is a very important criteria. We launch also the full black product, and the full black product was awarded a Red Dot Design Award that's offer an excellent rooftop appearance and a good full black design that suits really very good for any rooftop. So that's all for me. I hope this presentation was good and was interesting for everyone. And don't hesitate if you have any question. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mehdi, that was a fantastic presentation, and congratulations for completing your 25 years and serving the market. And we wish you the best of the future. So let's start with the first question, that how to select the best module technology for rooftop projects, and what are the new technologies available right now?
I already speak about that to how to choose a model. Well, there is a criteria that is common with utility scales and big and industrial projects is reliability and bankability. We see in the presentation that we are one of the most reliable products in the market. We have some enhanced tests for Arabia Saudi that are very severe tests. We are also top performer for PVL tests that are very severe. And for the bankability, we are rated AAA by Bloomberg. It's the highest rate in the market. There is just a few PV manufacturers that have the AAA grade. And in the other hand, there is a criteria that is only for rooftop, and it's the ratio weight power. So the ratio weight power is important because we will install these models on a rooftop. So the weight of the models is very important. Sometimes there is some limit for rooftop to in terms of weight. So we have to make some travel in the some things in the rooftop to adapt the rooftop for the models. With our models, we are offering a very low weight so that it can be installed in any rooftop. And for technologies that are available now, so for Trina, we are offering the 210R cells, and we think that is the best solution because it's really compatible with all inverters in the market. Especially for rooftop, we use small inverters, and small inverters are not yet compatible with all models, especially the 182. So with the 210R, we are offering a lowest level of current. We are offering 10 amp for current. So it is a value that is compatible with all small inverters in the market.
Thank you, Mr. Mehdi. Now that opens a window for a question for Mr. Ahmed Maher, being an operation and maintenance specialist. Sir, I mean, we went through all the features and qualities provided by Trina. So we would like to ask you, like, what are the key parameters that developers should consider before choosing modules for rooftop solar projects, so that they can, it can be easier to do the operation and maintenance and also the life of the system.
I think, sir, we may have lost this connection.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we can move to another panelist.
Yeah, but all right, then this is Mr. Sibi with us, and he is a specialist for the mounting systems for PV modules. And we would like to ask him that how have the PV technology impacted the mounting systems in recent past?
Thanks, Zinam. Very nice to meet you here. And I would like to start a bit about who I am and what I do, and then going to the question. So myself, CB, I work with a company called QI Energy, manufacturing mounting systems in Dubai. And we service the GCC markets and Africa and a bit of Europe also at the moment. So we do anything from rooftops, ground mounts, solar car parks, and a bit of floating solar also. So that is a bit of our background. And we have about 17 years experience and around 800 megawatt of install capacities through our partners and our OEMs. So we have about this experience in the market. So for us, always it's a myth actually, because when our module manufacturer says the technologies are advancing, we are like, okay, what is the stuff that is coming behind? So because whenever in the past, whenever the module technologies have been improving, they were becoming bigger and they were getting heavier, and they pose a lot of technical implications on how we can place the mounting solutions. For example, when modules change from 330 watt to 450 or 530 or 545, the size changed, which is one big thing that's noticeable. And the technologies, when they change from mono to bifacial, you have to make sure that the mounting system, for example, if the bifacial can give some additional generation, we have to make sure the mounting system also fits the same panel technology, because we shouldn't be hindering the gain that is coming on from the bifacial gain. So for us, whenever there is a new announcement, we are always, okay, we should check whether our mounting system goes along with the same module for the same set gain of generation and all these things. So for us, to answer the question, so it is more of like, it gives us engineering implications, and also it needs to validate all the systems based on the bigger module. So that is what, whenever the module technology changes, impacts on the mounting system. And for sure, this impacts to the end client in terms of the pricing of the structures, because they might have been using prices from previous generation systems, and this will change their way of pricing for the structures. And also for us in terms of clamping, making new dies and making new systems that cope up with the new generation of technologies. So that is to give a brief of like how it impacts on our systems.
That's perfect. So, sir, I mean, continuing this discussion, I mean, what do you think? What do you suggest should be the criteria or the features that an end user or a developer should look for when they are choosing a mounting system?
Sure. So when you go with mono, it's a monofacial. So we don't have the bifacial gain. So we can run our structures anywhere you want. However, it should match the installation manual of the module manufacturer. But when you go to the bifacial, we need to make sure you have a clearance between the panel and the roof or the ground. So that should be taken care, and the proper tilt angle. So a lot of things comes when you plan between mono and bifacial. So for us, whenever we are suggesting our clients for the mounting structures, we ask them like, hey guys, what is the kind of panel that you're using? Can you share a data sheet? So whenever we get to that question, then we know, okay, whenever we get the information about data sheet of the panel, so then we know, okay, this kind of systems can be used. And then we asked for a solar site layout based on which we can specify, okay, guys, this is the exact system that you can use for your project. If someone is asking us for a rooftop, which is on top of normal metal sheet, we have only 3 options, which we give them, okay, take 1 or 2 or 3 based on this panel data sheet. So for us, depending on the type of panel and depending on what kind of clearance that we need to allow below the panels to make sure, okay, whatever performance gain, whatever promised by the module manufacturer is actually coming inside. So that is what we mainly look at when we design system.
Thank you so much, sir. And one last note: what are the exciting developments are we expecting? What kind of mounting systems are we looking for?
So basically our background is all ground mount, which is standard old systems which we are using. And when our company moved from UK to Dubai, most of the systems we had to re-engineer to fit the local regulations and local project capabilities and etc. So depending on the local requirements, we had to re-engineer our system massively. So by this, I would like to say mounting system is evolving continuously once in a while because of changing module technologies, size of panels, weight, and also O&M. When you look at O&M, for example, cleaning robots, we need to take care the load exerted on the mounting systems due to the cleaning robot into the design, so that we can make sure, okay, it's already taken into account. So even if they use a cleaning robot or not, the structure is safe. So we have constantly engineered from ground mount to rooftops, and from rooftops into floating solar, and a bit of solar car parks we are doing, and continuously we are evolving. And right now the hot topic of the market is more regarding agrivoltaics, so and solar greenhouses, which means like instead of clearing a land and then putting solar, which means like you are removing a lot of vegetation from the land, instead of doing that, we are gonna do agri PV, which is like elevated by 3 meters height, and then it doesn't pose any obstruction. It doesn't need any removal of plants or cultivations. So I would say like agri PV and floating PV are the future as of now, because this is where the market is continuously driven into, so that it's not only solar PV generation, but also you get organic agriculture items underneath the solar. So this is going to be the hot market for the future, probably in the coming years.
Thank you, Mr. Sethi. We are looking forward to it. And Mr. Mehdi, can we please have a comment on how the usage of innovative rectangular cell reduce the LCOE and help us achieving in the high reliability of distributed market?
For the DE, for the 210R, to reduce the BOS and the LCOE, first, we are offering more power by models. So for any product or project, we will use less number of models. That means that we have lower cost of structure. Also for there is the freight costs. So we fit more power in each container. So the cost of the transportation will be lower than any other models, and that will help to reduce both and to reduce LCOE. Also for the inverters, we are compatible with all small inverters, so we don't need to look for the for a special inverter that is compatible with our products, because we are offering 10 amps for current, so we can use any inverters that is existing in the market. And as I said before, there is also the ratio power weight that is very important, and that can help to reduce the BOS of projects.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mehdi. And Mr. Ahmed, being an O&M expert, could you please comment on what are the best practices adopted by the leaders of rooftop solar sector?
Mr. Ahmed, can you hear us?
I think we have a problem with the connection.
Mr. Ahmed, can you hear us? No, I think there is a connectivity issue with Mr. Ahmed's network. Over to you, Mr. Anam.
Over to you. So I believe this is the end of the first session, and I'll see you guys in the second session after the presentation from Mr. Kamal Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, our esteemed panel, for this wonderful session, and a very special thanks to Anam sir for superbly managing this session. Now I would like to play another sponsor video by Trina Solar. Now I would like to call Mr. Kamal Ibrahimi, Senior Sales Engineer, Trina Solar, for giving his presentation on large-scale utility solar.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So let's just start. Hello, everyone. This is Kamal Ibrahimi, Senior Sales Engineer from Trina Solar. So before starting the session, I will just say what we will cover in this my presentation, so you will be more familiar and more ready with what we are covering. So at the beginning, I will just give you an introduction about Trina and where we are standing. Then I will give you an introduction about our new technology and new products and types of it, and then third part will be about our advantage, and then we will do a comparison and case study, and at the end we will do what is called the conclusion, summarizing what the points we are covering in this presentation. So as my colleague Mehdi pointed out, this is our 25th anniversary, which means we are the only tier 1 company which has outlived the warranty period. It shows our long history and achievement in this solar industry. So coming to our, let's say, achievement as a Trina, we are recognized as a top performer for 8th year in a row in PBL, and also we have scored 100% in bankability with BNEF bankability survey, and also we are named the overall high achiever with RETCL. In addition to that, we also have we based on our consistent financial performance, technology innovation, and also high product value, we have been ranked AAA, which is highest category in PV Tech bankability report. Again, and I'll emphasize on that, the Trina Solar will continue to progress and create higher customer value globally. So coming to our research and development capabilities. So Trina Solar, besides having its own facility for research and development, it's collaborating with universities, institutes all over the world. And you can see those, for example, in the number of number of patents. We have more than 2,400 patent application, and more than nearly 50% of it became commercialized. And the result of it, we can see it in that we have broke the world record 25 times for PV cells efficiency and module output. So coming to our main topic, which is Vertex 210R, so revolution with rectangle cells. We know that the conventional one is like 182 square one or 210, but the 182, it has its own limitation. So to overcome this limitation, we came up with a 210R, which has the same width of 182, but it has the benefit of a 210. This same width will help us to use it for the same structure. We are using it for the what's called the 182, and beside that you will have a higher power and higher efficiency. So in this category, we have already my colleague talked about the smaller model, which is 435 watt. I will talk about the bigger module. We have a two type. One is backsheet, and the second one is the bifacial. In the backsheet, Vertex 210R, the maximum power output is up to 580 watt, and the maximum efficiency is 21.5%, with having the maximum power current below 15 amp. In bifacial, the maximum power output is 575, and maximum efficiency is 21.3, and again the maximum power current is below 15 amp. So coming to our advantages, so the first thing is like we have the higher power to weight ratio to the regular like 182 M cells, and plus that lower area density. We can see that in the right table down below. You can see our power to weight ratio is 19.6 in comparison to 182 M P-type, which is 19, and also our weight to area ratio is 10.9 in comparison to 11.21, which is lower. And lower weight to area ratio means having lighter structure and saving in BOS. So in comparison to previous generation, which is 182. The second advantage, which is like one of the most important here, is we will have higher string power. So higher string power means lower BOS cost. So if you see in the left side, we will have a comparison with the P-type and N-type. We will have 15% higher string power, and then higher string power means fewer strings, so it leads to a BOS saving. Note that we are not comparing this one with only P-type, we are comparing this one with N-type as well, because they have almost the same power per string. Let me give you an example when I'm saying about saving power. I say we have a favorite string. Let's say if we have a 1 megawatt project. So in 1 megawatt project, if you're using the N-type or let's say P-type, you will have 62 string. But when it comes to our new developed module, if you will have a 52. So with this Trina string, with having favorite string means you're saving on BOS, which is actually saving for contractor in the first point, I will say, like when you're saving in the labor cost and on mounting structure. So coming to a case study and also showing you how it would work, let's say comparison with the conventional like 550. So we will have, first of all, as I said in previous slides, we will have higher string power. And also we will reduce the number of modules we are assembling. This is actually a case, the project we did it in Jiangsu. It's like project size is 1.6 mega. So in that one, the number of modules was less, the string power was higher, plus this leads us to having reducing the PV cable consumption and tracking rail and cable trays, and also we reduced the installation cost and labor costs. Because so the BOS saving was around 7% in our case. Just I want to mention one point that in both cases, like in 210R and conventional 182, the width is same. It's an important point. So although the length will increase, but the width will remain same. This is another case study. It's we can relate ourselves to it, I think, better because it's in Dubai and the project volume is 4 megawatt with 1P tracker. So when we compare here, our Vertex 210R is saving more in compared to even N-type and as well as P-type. So 3.6% compared to N-type and 4.7% compared to P-type. So as I was saying, like when if you compare, like another comparison with N-type, you can see that in per string we will have 32 P-type R series panels, but in N-type will be 29 panels. That means we will have 3 more panels with higher power. In addition to that, there is a 29 panels which has again higher power. So this is the case you will have it higher string power. And as I was mentioning, this is 182, so it means the structure will be same. So even clamp fixing is what can be same. So you're saving on the cables, connectors, and a shorter cable length. At least it means you have less loss. And at the end, you're reducing your labor costs, and your commissioning things will be easier. The last point, which is actually comes at the beginning of any project, initiating any project, we are saving and in the freight charges, because in the same container you are carrying more power, and so you will have around 5 to 8% less containers needed. So to summarize what we explained till now, the advantage as below. So first of all, the width is same as 182 M, but the benefits is of the 210. So you have a 15% higher string power. And also the second point is that you will have a higher power to weight ratio and also lower weight to area in comparison to 182. And then you have a higher packing efficiency. The last point, 2 points actually is related to a smaller module, which is explained by Mehdi. It's like boosted mechanical performance and also extended warranty, which we have there. So I believe, and in my opinion, from today, you have to start changing your design and upgrading it to 210R to save in BOS. And also either an existing project or upcoming projects, and we would be more than happy to help you with all of your questions. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. See you.
Thank you for the insightful presentation, sir. So without any delay, let's begin our second panel discussion on large-scale utility solar growth opportunities and technology outlook. And to discuss this, we have in the panel with us Mr. Inamur Rahman Khan, who is also the moderator for this session, Mr. Ash Pirzadeh, Mr. Kamal Ibrahimi, and Mr. Shivakumaran Shivalingam. I welcome all the panelists on screen, and before handing over the session to Mr. Inam, I would like to request you all once again that we have a Q&A chat box, and if you have any questions for us, you can post it there and we will take it up at the end of the session. Also making a small request to Mr. Inam, I think Mr. Ahmed's audio is now okay. Mr. Ahmed, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
Right. Sir, if you could just briefly give us your viewpoints on what Mr. Inam had to ask. We couldn't hear your views in our session 1. Mr. Inam, over to you.
All right, then we will start by welcoming Mr. Ahmed again. And sir, basically my question was, what are the best practices adopted by the leaders of the rooftop solar projects? And since we have been through the presentation of Trina, and what do you comment about the longevity and the ease of O&M with Trina Solar?
Always in our rooftop projects, we have a limited area available for the project, so we need to use the maximum available modules that gives the maximum power. So the selection of 2010R will be the best selection, as it gives us a higher efficiency, and it's also compatible with the various type of inverters that we can use. It will help us to make a higher generation around the year. That's the best practice for us to use the new Trina generation of 210R.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So coming to Mr. Ash, sir, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Inam.
I'm good. So, sir, would you please like to comment on the compatibility of 210R modules with the mainstream inverters and the tracking systems?
Yes, sure, of course. So basically, these modules 210R is compatible with all the mainstream inverters, because as my colleagues Kamal and Mehdi explained, their current is below 15 amp, which is basically very well basically in a very well range to be compatible with all the inverters. And also for the trackers, since the module of these solar panels are very similar to 182 mil, so basically they are compatible with all the trackers that are even designed for 182 mils. This is not only for the trackers. So for instance, I'm sure one of my colleagues explained already. But for instance, imagine you have designed your system and a structure for a 182 mil modules, but later on you require to upgrade your systems to 210R because of all the benefits and all the savings that my colleagues explained. Feel free to do it, because all the solar panels that we are offering 210R, although the cell size is different, however, even the installation holes and the clamp fixings on the module is the same as 182. So simply just remove your 182 mil module and upgrade them with 210R to see all the benefits.
So that means it also offers a lot of flexibility. Even all the documentation is done, which is, I mean, which is pretty amazing. Being from the same background, I can understand it can be a hell of a job to change it.
I would like to also add one more point because you were asking about the compatibility with inverters. We did actually joint test and study with the Sungrow inverter, and it shows it's fully compatible. And in case anyone wants it, we can share with you.
That's perfect. And since we are on the topic of inverter, I would really like Mr. Shivang to comment on, as in what are the advantages of using these new panels with string inverters for utility scale projects.
I think hi and thanks for the opportunity. I'm Shiva from Evolve Energy Group. I'm the Chief Technical Officer for the group, and we have recently opened our office in Dubai. Okay, so coming to the question, how compatible are these inverters, the panels to the inverters? I think it's good with the central the string inverters because it's more compatible by having multiple MPPTs. It's future proof, and it's good to see new panels coming into the market, and I think it's going to keep coming all the time every year. So it's good to have the string inverters. One, your inventory is less. I'm just commenting on the inverter side now. By going string inverter, your inventory becomes lesser. You don't need a string combiner box, not a lot of cables. It's just the 4 and 6 square month cables, then it's the AC cable. Your complexity in the wiring reduces, that reduces the losses. And now coming to the point of panels, even if the panel becomes upgraded to a different module in future, the inverters have multiple MPPTs, so you can always just add the latest panel to the inverter. That way I feel string inverters are good for utility scale installations, seeing all these developments happening in the module industry.
Thank you so much, sir. So I would like to direct toward Mr. Kamal Ibrahimi. Sir, during the presentation, we noticed that there was a comparison between N-type and P-type technology of PV modules, right? So, I mean, would you please like to comment on how Trina portfolio and the new technology is supporting in that regard?
So, thank you for the question. I would like to say that Trina Solar is among the few companies that is working in both N-type and P-type, and it's strong in both actually. So as we have shown for our existing model in comparison to the models which is in the same category as 182, we have definite advantages to conventional 182. So how are you when you study the saving, you will see that 210 hours is saving more in the US. And regarding the N-type PV industry, we already have an N-type, so it's not we don't have it. We have it, and also our research and development working on more. And just point to mention that some people think that P-type will end and things, but that doesn't happen, and N-type won't dominate the market before 2025 based on what I have read till now. So the P-type and N-type will coexist and will be available till 2025, and later on we'll see and how the things will move on. But our research and development working on both, as you can see, and at what we have presented our new products in P-type. Hope this answers.
All right, sir. I mean, talking about the technology trends, I would really appreciate if Trina team could give us a sneak peek that what should this market expect from Trina, and how are things moving towards the future?
So definitely, I guess future is very interesting, especially for us, because historically we have shown that we are a kind of leader in technology and innovation in solar panel industry. So basically, I'm sure that all my colleagues agree that future will be very interesting for us, because not only we are improving our current and existing portfolio, we are actually working day by day to introduce new technology and new chemistry even to the market. So for instance, these 210R modules that Kemal and Mehdi just presented today, we are going to have some different version of them. For instance, the one that they showed is only P-type and bifacial, but soon we are going to introduce bifacial and even N-type to the market, which I'm 100% sure that will change the appetite of the industry and of the market. So basically, just to complete what Kemal said, as he said, we have both products, P-type and N-type, in our product portfolio. And what we are very keen to do is to look at the application of the solar and what the end user wants to basically use this solar panel for. And we offered the best and the most cost-effective solar panel to the end user and developer or EPC and whoever it might be. So that's actually the beauty of having a very big and full range product portfolio, because you can look at the application. For instance, there are some applications that you require high voltage, high system voltage, but the power and the load is not that high. So definitely the E09R, the one that Mehdi introduced, going to be the answer. Some cases you would need N-type, and that's a requirement from the tender or from the end user. We have the N-type to offer. So this, I think for future, we're gonna keep continuing and to have the same strategy by having a full range of product portfolio and also introducing new technology to the market.
All right, Trina team, we wish you all the best, and we are very excited to see whatever you bring to the table. And again, we wish you all the best. So we are left with some time, and I would really appreciate if there are any concluding comments from all the participants.
So I think at the end, I just want to say thank you, everyone. It was great to meet you and discuss all this discussion. Please feel free to contact any of us. We are based in Dubai, but we have offices almost all around Africa and Middle East. Please feel free to contact our LinkedIn pages. And I think we have the email addresses there. You can just Google it, and we will be more than happy to help you. As I discussed earlier, the best way to attack and the best way to find the best solution is to look at the application. So please feel free to come to us and let's have a discussion about your requirements. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your time today. And it was an honor to get in a meeting with you guys and moderate the session. And we wish all the best to everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Rana.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Trina.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all our esteemed panelists. Thank you, sir, Inam sir, for the terrific and very professional example you set as a moderator. It was a pleasure having you in such a well-planned and high-energy panel discussion. Thank you, everyone, for extending your time and support for the event. We promise to come back with more exciting topics very soon. Thank you, our sponsor, Trina Solar, for extending their support to organize this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.